Hello and welcome. This is going to be my first Bee Swarm video. I have just decided to make one out of my love for the game. So yeah, there's many blue hive guides out there that are very in-depth, but there's still a lot of like holes. It's not that they're missing anything, it's just that like some people have some trouble misunderstanding something, not misunderstanding, just some trouble understanding, and then some people have a misunderstanding. So I just wanted to clarify most of the stuff people like have trouble understanding, etc., and just make a really in-depth Blue Hive guide. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and yeah. The first thing I'm gonna be going to talk about is the Hive, which is by far probably the most important thing, of course. First of all, as you can see my hive, I have a lot of bees that you might be thinking, why do I have them like the vicious bee or like a shy bee, for example? Well, if you're underfilling, which I will talk about that later, there's a few things you can do, and I will talk about that later, of course. But first of all, your hive should look like this photo on screen. Okay, should have one bumblebee, one commander, one bumble, one gummy, one bear. If you don't have bear bee, please buy it or trade it. It's not that hard to trade, I'm pretty sure. Just you need to get your hands on it. Okay, it gives 10% pollen for your hive, and the ability is very good. And if you get it as an early blue, it's gonna give you a big heads up and just a big boost in your grinding. You should also have a diamond bee, basic bee, of course, shocked, looker, cool, ninja, tabby, festive. Now here, wait, let me finish the rest of the bees, then I'll talk about buoyant, tadpoles, and musics. One stubborn, one fuzzy, and one bucko. If you have an alt account, I mean, it's not really, I mean, I don't know, but like, I've heard that people say, okay, if you have an alt account, okay, and an alt account is usually, let me just show a photo of how an alt account should look like. Here it is. As you can see, there's a lot of tadpoles and fuzzy bees because it just helps you get bigger pop stars, which fills you up more, which makes more honey. And it also has a lot of a lot of fuzzy bees, I mean. So the field will or should be most of the time pollinated. So if you have an alt, but it's only if you have an alt, then you can think about removing the fuzzy bee and replacing it with a buoyant or tadpole. Okay? Um, okay, now here's the tricky part. Music bees should always be around 4 to 3, maybe 2, but this is very big on the maybe part. if you're if you can see here on the screen, here's one of my recent graphs from macroing. All right, I'm gonna talk about that later on how to read them, etc., and how to improve it based on your graphs and so forth. Okay, first of all, if you have good beequips that have focus on them, like the reindeer antlers, okay, they just have base focus on them. You can maybe replace a music bee for a tadpole or a buoyant, or if you have pink shades, okay, or anything that just produces focus. So this is very dependent on your beequips, and if you maybe have like bee ability rate on 2 or 3 music bees, so you can replace one, but it's very dependent, so keep that in mind. And if you're not confident that your focus is going to be up all the time, then maybe don't do it. Now onto the tadpoles and buoyant bees. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky. There isn't really a fixed amount of buoyants or tadpoles that you should have, because it's dependent on how much you fill, on your amulets, for example, your beequips, so on and so forth. If you're underfilling, which again I will talk about that later, you should generally replace your tadpoles. I mean, you should replace your buoyants for your tadpoles. So here, before I used to have 20 buoyants and 8 tadpoles, but I've replaced that, okay? Because I am underfilling. So yeah, that's why my hive doesn't look fully gifted, because I replaced some of my buoyants for tadpoles, but it's okay. If you're still underfilling after that, but only if, okay, then you get a shy bee for the ability polyp. If you start overfilling like crazy, this is the first thing that you should replace, okay? But if you're not overfilling that much, then there's other ways that you can control it. Maybe get a gifted cobalt bee for the instant conversion, but it's like if you're like very much overfilling, you know. But overfilling is not a bad thing. It means you're making a lot of pollen and you're making it way too fast. So that's actually it's better to overfill than to underfill because that means you're just making too much, you know, and you just replace your tadpoles for buoyants. You can go down to 8, even maybe 7 for like 20 or 21 buoyants. So yeah, should never ever have any precise spicy or vector bees ever. Same goes with Crimson, Digital Bee, I'll talk about that in a second. Gonna be always Photon, only if you're overfilling, but this is if you're overfilling like crazy, because then you need more instant conversion on top of the cobalt. Puppy, only if it's not level 20. When I talk about how big of a difference level 18 or even level 19 to 20, it's a massive difference. Okay. Look at these stats with the move speed, and then look at the tadpole. Do I have a tadpole somewhere? Like, he gathers more, converts more, a higher attack, higher speed. It's a massive difference, guys. Okay, I have 4 move speed, but you can minus the 4 move speed, and it's still a lot. Like, it's a massive difference, guys. So, and keep in mind, gifted is also a massive difference. Habibi, always, every single hive, no matter what. Vicious, now only if you're doing bug runs and so on, but if you're not easily replaceable, I'm just keeping it because it's Beesmith and for the stick bug quest, for and stuff like that. So yeah, Windy Bee, not really needed. I had it before, I had it gifted, it hurt me, but I had to say goodbye to it. You know, you just gotta do what you gotta do to make that honey go up. So yeah. Now on to the next part, which is removing or adding a bee. If you ever want to remove a bee for some reason, like a windy bee or something, usually, I'm saying most of the time, but not all the time, so keep that in mind. You want to just add another buoyant bee, okay? Unless you're like underfilling, then you're replacing like your windy for a tadpole, but that's under certain circumstances. So usually if you want to like replace, if I want to replace vicious, I'll chuck in another buoyant bee in there. If I want to add a bee, I will also replace buoyant bee. So buoyant bees are like always your replacement or the things that you're going to replace, so on. You know, when I added shy bee, I replaced the buoyant bee. When I added my tadpoles, I uh replaced them with buoyant bee. You know, so yeah, I replaced them with tadpoles. I mean, when I had, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. So yeah, always buoyants for exchange. Oh, on about Digital Bee, I grinded so hard for it when I was like level 17, 18 for it, and then I ended up using it for like a week or two and then removing it. I was so sad, but like you kind of have to because it's actually kind of useless. Like useless if you have not, even if you have like 100 of every drive, it's still pretty useless. So yeah, if you want to have it, and it actually improves your hive a lot if you have it. Like it improves every hive. You would need a massive amount of white and blue drives. Maybe not massive, but at least like 250 on white and blue. Maybe some glitch drives if you could. There is a blue RBC guide that I will link in the description. Shout out to all of them. I'm not taking their credit. Okay, I'm just helping you guys out. And their guides have helped me out a ton with the robo challenge. And yeah, also forgot to mention most of the information, maybe not most, I mean, a lot of the information that I will be taking will be from the Blue Hive Guide 101. Okay, this it's gonna be linked in the description. It's made by Dale, Z_ZQCV, Badur, and some of the Bee Swarm group helpers in the community. The Bee Swarm Guide Help, a Discord server. So yeah, shout out to all of them. The guide is a little bit outdated, and they said a new one is gonna come in a month or so. I did have permission to reference this from Badur, I'm pretty sure he's the owner of the server or co-owner or something like that. So yeah, shout out to him. Thanks a lot. So yeah, now on to the mutations. For Tadpole, you wanna generally go for B move speed, a B ability rate, crit chance, then convert amount, and then instant conversion. But instant conversion should be like the worst. Like if you have that, you just have to spin it. In the meantime, don't spam for B move speed and crit chance and B ability rate because those have like 3%, 2%, 4%, something like that. And you might just get like one that's like plus 2 move speed or something, which is pretty low. So it's not really worth rolling for them if you're like getting into mutations. Like, look, I'm macroing with these people because this is just my server, and you know, his hive is mostly mutated, but not really. Okay, but as you can see, he has convert amount on the booleans. His tadpoles are not really mutated, or they have bad mutations, which is a big mistake, by the way. Always, and I mean always, go for your tadpoles first before anything. Your tadpoles are very big help, very big help. You should generally run, just like I said, B move speed is the best. Then the ability rate, then crit chance, then convert amount. And then instant conversion is the last, but it's like, you know, don't ever go for it. Should always gift your tadpoles first. Even if you get all of them on convert amount, just stick with them, stick with the convert amount, roll on your buoyants and then other bees, and then like you don't have to really roll on these. I just roll on them until I got something, and then I'll focus on them when I perfected the rest, you know? So yeah. So just even if you get only convert amount on them, just keep it, and then it's better to have like an alright mutated full hive than to just have like amazing mutated 10 or 5 bees and then the rest are unmutated, you know? So it's good for the better of the hive for in general. Always for the mythics, unless you're not like filthy rich, mutate with bitter berries. All you gotta do is put a neon berry. Actually, I can do it right now because I have an attack on the tadpole. Boom. Always recommended to gamble with 29. I mean 25. Got attack again. Holy. Yeah, it's 1 on 100. So if you give 100, it's fully guaranteed, but it's never really recommended to just go for the 100. Gather mount is, yeah, horrible. I'm not getting any luck. Oh my days. Convert amount. There we go. That's nice. That's a good amount of convert amount. Like here, 22% is a big amount. 12, you can see how much it's converting. Like just by a small percentage. Look at that. Look. Look at this difference. 25,000, which is actually a big difference. Here, 22% plus the beequip. I'll get into the beequips later. Don't even worry about it. So yeah. Convert amount for base on tadpoles. For your other bees, for buoyants, you should always just go for convert amount. Okay, you should always go for convert amount. You can go for B move speed and B ability rate, but they're like worst because you need conversion. And like, listen, in your macros or in general, you make most of your honey from. Always get convert amount on your buoyants. You need convert amount on them. Okay, you generally want to make your honey at hive the highest. Where is it? Your convert rate and your convert at hive as high as you possibly can, and your honey at hive as high as you possibly can, because you make most of your honey at your hive, of course, from your balloons. So on them, like here, I just have Bimo speed because it's a decent amount, and yeah, there's still some tadpoles I have to mutate and stuff, so I'm just letting it be. But later I'm gonna remove it to convert amount. So yeah, and out of B ability rate and B move speed is better than the two. Next, first, okay, so I don't want to mix up you guys. The mutation order for your bees should be tadpoles first, tabby bee second, then bear bee, then festive bee, then gummy bee, then your buoyants. Then, for the other bees, it's music bee, then diamond bee, then bubble bee, then bucko bee, then commander, then cool, then looker, then shocked, then ninja, then bumble, then stubborn. The order doesn't really matter too much. The only thing that you should really focus on is that your music and diamonds always should be first, always. So yeah. Okay, now on to the other bees. Tabby bee and gummy bee mostly benefit blue with the convert amount. Festive bees also with convert amount. Diamond bee should have convert amount as well. Every other bee, like the common bees and stuff, should low-key have bee move speed. Bee ability rate is a decent substitute for some event bees if you get a high amount of it, but for some, bee ability rate is kind of useless. Like if you get, I don't know, what's a good example? If you get bee ability rate on Bumble, it's not really, it's pretty useless, and bee move speed would just be better, you know? So yeah. Now on to the beequips, which are actually a big part of blue. Okay, first of all, let me lay down some beequips that you are going to need, like base, like you need. Even if they're like horrible and they're just like really, really bad, you still need them just for some of their buffs. Okay, even if you have like a 1 star or 0 star elf cap, if you have nothing, just use it. Okay, for the beequips, okay, there's some that are a mandatory. Okay, pine cones. Pine cones, necessity. First of all, if you get bee ability rate, immediately chuck that on bear bee. Your 2 pine cones should be on bear bee and bumblebee. So yeah. Do I even have to say why? Where do you macro pine tree? What does this give? Capacity and pollen in the pine tree. Boom. That easy. Elf caps. Honey at hive, converted at hive. Literally exactly what I said before. Okay. You need to get this honey at hive as high as you possibly can. Like the higher they are, the more expensive they are in trading value and stuff, but it's because it's a big difference. Even a 1% increase helps a lot in the long run. Blue Hives is all about min-maxing every small stat. I had a silver diamond stickbug amulet that had like 13%, no, 16% blue pollen and stuff. I did a stickbug run with some of my friends a few days ago. I just ignored it because I didn't think it was going to be a big difference. Convert rate goes up. Monster respawn time, I got lucky with this amulet. It's a very good amulet. So I can, when I bug run, it's better. Blue bee attack, very helpful for RBCs and robo parties, plus your snow bear. Blue pollen, it went up by 14%. I could already see a crazy couple 100 billion increase in my macro. Bomb pollen, yeah, it's an alright. You should, your second stat should be pollen or bomb pollen, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, blue is all about min-maxing everything, every small stat. Like I'm trying to here get better convert rate on my King Beetle amulet. It's just gonna help a lot. So yeah, I will talk about the amulets later, but this is just a small explanation on how you need to min-max everything. 2 elf caps. I have one with honey at hive, and then I have one without honey at hive. I know. Calm down. I'm fighting against what I said, but hey, I'm not getting any like 4 potential, 5 potential elf caps. Plus, I'm saving my waxes to craft some stuff. So yeah. But your elf caps generally go on a tabby bee, and then a tadpole with a high convert amount. Okay. You could put it on festive as well. That works too. Candy ring, yeah, clear, gummy, easy. Honey at hive as high, honey per go as high as possible. Honey per go does not really matter that much, but it's when you're boosting and for RBC and stuff like that, very helpful. Honey at hive as much as you possibly can. Needed, essential. Listen, I didn't wax it because yeah, I low-key forgot to, and I don't have enough hard wax in my inventory right now for it, so just ignore it. It's better than my old bomb. You see, even though there's zero potential, 14% bubble pollen for your whole hive, for every single one of these tadpoles and this bumblebee. It's a very good. And it's just general bubble pollen. Like if I collect any of these guys as bubble pollen, boom, more bubble pollen for me. You know, this is mandatory. Should generally go on bumblebee. You can put on commander, but like, why not on bubble? So yeah. Reindeer, really good for focus. Plus, if you play Reindeer Fetch, that's 10% capacity increase for the next 10 minutes. Very big help. You can get capacity on this, okay, which is very hard. Like 2% is like It's pretty bad, not gonna lie. You can get a big capacity increase like a 1.05 or like 1.1, I think, but it's like a 0.0% chance or something like that. 0.1, I'm not sure. Okay, so don't take my word for it. You can get baby love on it as well, but that is like a 0.02% chance or something. It's crazy, and you have to caustic it, which is, yeah, something you should maybe not do. Business tree hat, it's not mandatory. It's like an all right thing. Okay, Snow Tiara, mandatory. One of the mandatory things for sure. Blue field capacity, easy. Honey from tokens just helps for your tide popper and stuff. White field capacity, it's not bad. It's all right. Should generally go on your diamond. Can go on your windy too if you have it, but diamond for the convert amount, converted hive and stuff. So yeah. Autumn Sunhat is just a very good thing to have on your looker for the ability rate. 10% is a massive. It keeps your focus up. If you have this at a high ability rate, you can actually also, like right now, I have this, which gives focus, right? And then I have my looker B with 10% ability rate. If I get like an extra a couple percent ability rate on this looker, I will probably change one of these musics out for a buoyant. So yeah, and this paper angel, I'm only using it because I got very lucky on it. It's still only 1% the ability pollen, but this is massive. Every single ability in my hive, I get 1% the ability pollen from it, which is a big difference. Plus, it's a token link, so if you're macroing really struggling to pick up your things, you could run it. These are not mandatory. Again, the only mandatory ones are Pine Cone, Snow Tiara, Elf Caps, Candy Ring, Lip Balm, and Drum. I had a drum before, but I have no idea what happened to it. You really need the drum. It's very good, and because it can grant high B ability pollen on your whole hive, and yeah, and it's used as a haste source for blues, since there's no haste to be. You should generally run it on Bucklebee. So yeah, Bead Lizard is good, but you have to caustic wax it. So I mean, you don't have to, but it's generally recommended to caustic it because it can give bubble pollen and bee ability pollen as a hive bonus, which is again even 1% is real, big difference. Put it on any rare bee or basic bee, and yeah. Pink shades with focus as a blue hive. Okay, you should only use pink shades if you have the focus ability on them. Super crit chance is also a decent stat to have on pink shades as it can help with the extra indirect instant conversion and more pollen. Together with a kazoo, with pink shades and focus and a kazoo can easily replace a music bee. Just like so beequips are big different guys. Big difference. Keep in mind focus is a caustic only upgrade and the bee equip itself is really rare to get. Like really rare. It's not an easy bee equip to get. You should use it on basic bee. So yeah. Um Whistle should only be used as a haste source. I used to use it on my commander, but then I just like got better beequips. So it's not like a crazy thing to have. You should only use it if you can't afford better beequips. So yeah, you can get super crit power on it, but it's like beam. You could also super crit power is like an all red, but it doesn't benefit blue. You could just trade it for something really good or save it for when you swap to white or red. So yeah. Um, Also, you should use this beequip on Commander B, as I said. So yeah. Uh, pa Paper clips with caustic wax. The paper clip can get a token link, which is kind of rare, and it has ability token lifespan as a hive bonus as default, which is not bad because your macro tokens stay longer, higher chance of picking it up. So yeah. Uh, you can usually put it on just put it on any rare bee. Does not really matter. Just put it on a rare bee. The kazoo can grant not only the kazoo can grant a buff to critical power along with always being an extra melody source. With 4 music bees, you most likely will not need the extra melody, and it's not that good overall, as you need more than just melody to kill a music bee. So use it, but you can use this quip on a bee, but it's like, you know. It's not that crazy. Peppermint antennas. These can give ability rate on the bee and the bee ability rate hive bonus. While 1% bee ability rate hive bonus when waxed is not that great, you can also get a high ability rate per bee, which is a lot. It is only worth running though if you don't have better beequips to occupy your case slots with. So yeah. The Barret. The Barret is a very good thing. The Barret can give a buff to blue field capacity or to capacity overall. These are only obtainable via waxing, but you could get a high blue field capacity hive bonus. Getting a high blue field capacity hive bonus on a Barret is very rare. It is obtainable via the 5th slot of Dapper Bear's shop. Uses Beequip on Brilliant Bees or Diamond Bees if you're on Diamond Hive. Beesman stops. The Beequip can give a relatively decent buff to critical power, but in general, it's not worth using, so just don't use it. You can put on any rare bee. Snow Globe makes the bee able to generate a Snow Globe ability, which temporarily gives a 25% capacity buff. It's not suggested to run this. You should use it on alt accounts. And yeah, Cool Bee, very good. You run it on Cool Bee. The toy horn can grant a decent bee ability pollen buff, together with a focus producing beequip. It also can help a drop a music bee from your hive. The issue is that you don't really like. I can show I have a pretty. It's not maybe crazy, but it's an all right. It's an all right. Um, Potential and all right stats toy horn, but you just don't run any of these. Just don't really run any of these. Convert is not bad. You can get better stuff on it, of course. This was very old, so my waxing is. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. So yes, not really. It's just you don't have any beats to run with it. So it's, not really recommended. Onto the festive wreath. The festive wreath is only good if you have more than 1% honey at hive bonus on it, which I don't, sadly. Sucks, but yeah. It is, however, caustic exclusive, which means you gotta be rich, like rich, to just throw away that, because you get this from this gift over here, which means you need to wait, not the 16th, you get it from the 14th or 15th, or do you get it from this one? I don't remember, but yeah. So it's very expensive beequip and not easy. I mean, it's not expensive to trade for it. It's pretty cheap actually. But yeah, you should generally just not risk it unless you're like rich or just have many friends who have useless festive wreaths. But yeah, onto the charm bracelet. Last but not least, charm bracelets only worth running if you have melody plus honey at hive bonuses on them. This is ridiculously expensive and completely not worth it. If your other beequips aren't that good. Waxing it yourself is also super rare, and 99% of the time it is better to sell it to buy other beequips instead. If you do run it, use it on Ninja or Diamond if you're on Diamond Hive. I'll talk about Diamond Hive later, or I can make another video on it. Also, small tip. Now that we're done with the beequips, small tip. You see how my balloon building? I can just go into the robo challenge, grab any bee, does not really matter. Boom, boom. I'll talk about Robo Challenge in another video because that has to be an in-depth guide to how to reach level 20 or even 25 as a blue hive. So yeah, I will make another video on that for you guys if you really want to. And you look at my blessing, boom. What is it up now? 61. Now on to the macro settings, which is what you will spend 99% of your time, not even your time, 99% of just your bee swarm time doing. So yeah. Okay, for the macro settings, gather, of course, in pine tree. The pattern shape should be kettle. You can run a default pattern shape, but it's not really hard to get this. I can actually make a I'll show a quick tutorial how to get this. All right, so for the macro pattern, I'm gonna paste a link of this Discord server in the bottom. This is where I've gotten a lot of information, like most of it. Here's the Blue Hive guide that I posted in my description. You can how to get a tad ult, how to boost a diamond comp, how to get RBC, how to get around 20, around 25. All of those links will be in my comments, but here, and yeah, but here is just where I found them. And then you can ask people for questions, you can acquire macro servers, buff runs, tick box. So yeah, go to the micro patterns. You should see it right there. Kettle, best Digi and non-bellow. This is the best current blue hive pattern. So yeah, all right, you click on this, and after you have downloaded, open your folder settings. Open your folder settings. Actually, okay, wait. Go to downloads. You have it here. Then you can go into your nat macro settings. Actually, you don't even need to open it here. If you have it here, you open this, then you go into patterns. See it's kettle there. Download, you drag this into there. I'm not gonna do it because I don't have to. Then yeah, then you restart your macro and it should be there. And then after that, you should find it here. And then after you found it here, all you gotta do, go back to here. See this code? Just click this little copy button. See the space? Paste all the settings. Now, don't you ever touch this. Don't you ever do anything. Just let it be. And the same goes for if you wanna get any other path. So yeah, that's how you do it. Now that I've shown how to install this and paste the settings, you should not touch this. It's been made by the pros, by the people who know what they're doing already, so just let it be. Okay, the collect tab. Your clock should be on because tickets are helpful to everything. Why not? Your Mondo, more capacity and pollen on other buffs. 60 seconds mostly. I just have Honeystorm for the honey, no, not this quest. For this quest, very, very important quest. As soon as you finish it, you should give a present to Honeybee. So yeah. And yeah, memory match. I just have the extreme one on because you can get like extracts, super smoothies, very lucky, purple potion, stuff like that. You know. Dispensers, I don't really need any of them. If you need, I used to use the coconut one because before I crafted the coconut belt. So you can use this every time you kill your coconut crab, so you can get extra coconuts that are gonna help you to craft more tropical drinks. So yeah. Stockings, beequips, of course. Honey wreath, not really needed. Feast for the bitter berries and stuff. Candles, the waxes. Snow machine, snowflakes, winter memory match, gingerbread bears. So many stuff that are good in there. Some of war for your macro, for the motivating for not motivating for all your nectars. Lid art, gingerbread bears, and the baby bees for a bit. Kill generally depends. You should always put this depending on how much you have. I put 25 because I have vicious bee, which gives a 15% minus on the cooldown time. Where is vicious bee? Yeah, here. Look. 15%, and I have 10% from my stick bug, which I just got lucky on. So yeah, and then so it's 25%. You could do bug runs if you want. It's not a bad thing. It's very good. You can also kill your bosses, but make sure to have these on. You know, just better luck. You can keep your old amulet, or you can do nothing. So when you check your computer, maybe you got an amulet that's better than yours. So yeah, you can kill vicious bee as well. Boost. You can always have your blue boost on. This is just my settings. You can just copy it. The shiz blue, separate by 15 minutes. If you have an alt, you can gather in boosted field if you have a tad alt. If not, then it's not really recommended. You can just keep gathering in pine tree, even if the boost is in blue flower, for example. Sticker stack. If you have useless stickers, or a lot of stickers, you can just stack your everything and yeah, it will bypass it. If you wanna like protect some stuff, you can click here, you know. So yeah, you can sticker print stuff if you don't have all the sticker in the basic egg, for example, if you have a bunch of other eggs for some reason, I don't know why, you can just spam stickers so you can get all of these to put in your sticker stack. Sticker stacks are very good for when you're doing robo challenge, is boosts, a lot of stuff. So they're very, very helpful. And they just give rewards when you stack them inside. So yeah. Now here is a thing I do because I'm not gonna say crazy end game, but I'm somewhat end game, okay, and I'm underfilling a little bit. I mean now it's a lot better, but yeah. If you have crafted the tide popper and you have crafted like the petal planter, for example, and everything, so you do not need super smoothies or whatever, you know, you've crafted everything that you need with the extract, then you can have it on the first log, and then you can use it here, gather start, so it uses it every time you go into the field. Quest, you can do polar bear. I'm at around 943. You should generally at least have 1,000. Now you don't really need to have it, but it's a big difference. Look at this max bee energy. Before there used to be a bug where if you reset 3 times, your energy for your bee gets reset. It's no longer the case. And if your bees have no energy, you're not gonna make any pollen. Your bees are just gonna be sleeping the whole time. So yeah, you should generally go for 1500. But right now I'm focusing on getting honey, so I can level up my hive. So yeah, so that's why I don't have the quest on. Planters, you can just follow this. This is I followed it from the Blue Hive guide as well. This is just very good. Harvest every 2 hours is so you can constantly have like nectar going. 3 planters, of course. You should probably have hydroponic or petal, and if not, they're very good to have. Petal is one of the best planters in the game. It's probably even better than the planter of plenty. Maybe not, but it's very, very, very good. So yeah. And you should just have comforting first 70, motivating, satisfying, refreshing, invigorating at the end. So yeah, these are the fields. And if you want, of course, gather planter loot. So yeah, very, very, very good. Max 30 planters, and yeah. Here you insert a webhook so you can see your charts and stuff. So you can read like how everything is and stuff. And yeah, you can just check your hourly, how much your macro is doing, if it's bugged, and stuff like that. So it's very good to have. Your settings, I just have my theme on pink because, like, yeah, I say it like that. Your hive slot, it's always from 1 to 6, years 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. You put your bees, your how many seconds you want to wait after you convert. Your server link, very recommended if you macro on a server in case of shutdowns. And most of the time the person who owns the server shuts down every 12 hours or so to refresh the lag. Should just have deep link on. I've always used that and it's been fine for me. My input delay is 10 seconds, so yeah. And put this on, very important. If you have this off, then if for whatever reason you cannot join the private server, it's gonna infinitely keep going and then you're not gonna make any honey. Movement speed, have no haste, no bear bee. Go into your settings, scroll a little bit, move speed, boom. Move speed correction, just so you know, once you have like in your bear bee, in your haste ability, it just calculates it and reads it so you don't start running out the field. I just have cannon and my sprinkler is supreme, and then your convert balloon, I just have this off. Multiple reset, yeah, this is the thing I told about, so yeah. Miscellaneous, this is just a lot of stuff that can help you. There's a bitterberry auto feeder. There's an auto jelly. You can export your hive list, so you can, like, I don't know, ask people for help. There's an auto clicker, bond calculator, SSA. These like help you calculate how much honey you need for certain things. Night detection announcement. This is gonna start leaving and joining servers until it finds nighttime. Very good for farming stingers. So yeah, this is just a lot of things that can help you. And the auto bitterberry, let me just show you. It's very simple. 25, as I said before. Yes. Boom. I have no idea if it feeds it the neon berry as well or just bitter berries. Yeah, it starts scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Okay, I'm just gonna help it scroll down a little. Okay, so it just feeds bitter berries. Okay, so just give your bee a neon berry beforehand. So yeah. Boom. Now I can go back. Bitter berry water feeder. Boom. 25. Wait, this bee has a mutation, even if it's only energy. Mutation better than no mutation. Oh wait, Sorry for my lack of everything. It's okay. I'm a human. I make mistakes. Boom, 25. It's just gonna keep putting over and over and over, and then when I get, it's gonna say success. But apparently the game doesn't want to give me one. But apparently the game doesn't wanna give me one. Question marks? Um, Thank you. Oh, that's a very. I think my highest convert amount. Tell you, I'm keeping this. W's right there, my friends. That's the next bee I'm gifting then. Always gift your bees with blueberries, your mythics for sure. Blueberries. You can gift with aged gingerbread bears after Beesmas, but not during. Please don't ever during Beesmas use your gingerbread bears unless it's like 5 days after whatever. Generally gift with blueberries. I'm not doing this. Before I've gifted some of my bees in like 50 blueberries, and then some I've wasted 20,000 and they've not been gifted. So luck, guys, luck. You just get them from macroing and pine tree and stuff. So yeah, you don't really need to do anything for them. Yeah, that's the macro settings, and yeah. Now on to the amulets. The amulets are a big part of every hive, of course. So yeah, look, any stat highlighted in red are the most important stats to get. Any stat highlighted in blue may be good for other things such as robo challenge or stick bug. Any stat that is not highlighted is generally the best stat you can have for that slot. Not as important as the must-haves, but will likely be important to slightly benefit your honey per hour. Now on to the star amulet. Stats and order for a 5 out of 5 blue SSA would be blue pollen, most important of course, as high excuse me, convert rate as you possibly can. I have 1.23. I think the highest is 1.25 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. It goes up to 70% blue pollen. I need to improve mine because it's 54. I'm missing out on 16%. Big difference, guys. Big difference. Then the ability rate, crit chance, and pollen. Now I have a 4 out of 5 amulet with bit low blue pollen, not that crazy low, but the only thing that would be better is if I replace this instant conversion for crit chance, of course. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm missing in mine, and just a bit higher blue pollen, but I don't want to spend a couple 100 trillion on that, so yeah. Or maybe just a little bit, but I don't risk it, guys. So yeah. Blue pollen and convert rate are absolutely needed. Never take an amulet unless early blue, of course, without both of them. In general, it 4 out of 5 double passive like mine is better than a 5 out of 5 with solo, like with only pop star, because Star Shower gives 25% capacity and Guiding Star as well. It's just like passive bonus. Plus, Star Shower is a big buff. It helps a lot when you're gathering. Pop Star, it's just needed. It's a needed. Even when you're early blue, it's a needed. Like just only Pop Star is amazing still. And then the worst one out of the three is 3 out of 5 double passive. Like if you're an early brew and you get like Star Shower, Pop Star, or even Guiding Star with Pop Star. Listen, 3 stats you gotta have is Blue Pollen, Convert Rate. Like that's just bare minimum, as I said before. Okay, those two, and then like one of the others is fine. And you can read here what the rest is. Here are also the stat ranges on screen, as you can see. Next, onto the Ant Amulet. As high as convert rate as you possibly can, of course. Should have critical chance, critical power, and blue pollen. Those 3 are the most important. So again, crit chance, critical power, blue pollen, which I have, and then pollen and white pollen. I have white pollen and a bee attack. Listen, it's almost perfect. The bee attack is gonna help me in robot bear challenges. I'm happy. I'm keeping it. Stick bug amulet can go up to 30% blue pollen, which I'm so lucky that I got. This diamond stick bug amulet was the first diamond stick bug amulet I've gotten, and I got really lucky, so I'm very, very, very happy. So yeah. It also goes up to 10% pollen. 10% pollen is, as you can see on screen, worth about 26% of blue pollen. So yeah, try and get blue pollen and pollen, of course. And blue bee attack is very important. It goes up to 2, which I again got, very lucky. And then the others, you can have up to 30% blue bomb pollen or 15% bomb pollen, which I maxed out. I have maxed out blue bee attack, maxed out blue pollen, bomb pollen, almost maxed out convert rate, and then I have monster respawn time, which is very, very, very good. Next, onto the mutant amulet. If you're leveling up your hive, always bond from teeth. It goes up to 10%. I have 9%. And honey per pollen. Honey per pollen no matter what. If you're not level 20, if you are level 20, then you can replace that moon amulet and get honey per pollen and white pollen. Like, you need bond from teeth badly. It's a big 10% is gonna help you save trillions of honey. Trillions. Honey per pollen needed for every single hive, and yeah. And then white pollen, yeah, because you're not gonna need the bond from treats anymore. Later, when you start making like quadrillions of honey, and then you can go up to 21 and stuff, then you go for it, get that amulet back. Later, cog amulet. This one's very hard for supreme. I have a gold, but my gold is better than I've gotten many diamonds, but they've always been so sad. Like the one on screen right now. We don't talk about that, and that was literally today, just for clarification. But yeah. For the cog amulet, it goes up to 30% blue pollen, 20% bubble pollen, up to 10% ability token lifetime, just helps to collect your tokens. Up to 5% instant blue conversion, important during honey day, since you fill your backpack like crazy. Up to 2%, up to 2, plus 2 blue bee attack, or plus 15% attacks. If round 25s are difficult for you, which they are difficult for me too, it's not, you shouldn't be ashamed of that. Just getting a diamond is fine too. King Beetle, as closest to 100% convert rate as you possibly can. Just focus on that. Even if the other stats are horrible, just get that 100% convert rate. Plus 1 B attack, just good. And then you can get 1 to 100% bamboo or blue flower. If you have both, very, very good, because then you can turn that macro setting that I showed before to gather in the boosted field, and boom, you're gonna make a lot more honey than you do on pine tree, because you're gonna have 100% on both, 100% on both those fields, plus 100% from the booster, or even if you get a plus 300% from the blue booster and blue flower, boom, you're making 400%, and you have a tad ult, so your field is always pollinated, and you have maybe not as big bubbles as you do if you macro than other people with pine tree, but that 400% is gonna help a lot. It basically counteracts that there isn't other people in the field. So yeah, shell amulet, it's from 21 to 25 plus. I have a gold one right now because I cannot even get a diamond. Like, I have not seen one diamond, or I've seen one diamond and it was horrible. So my luck is just bad. Convert them out as high as possible, and then 4 to 5% pollen. The different fields only matter for robo bear challenge, so choose based on what you find the hardest. And yeah. Now, I forgot to mention, but here is what an amazing graph looks like. This graph is from somebody from the Discord server. So yeah, I forgot their names, so I cannot shout them out. Sorry, I'm not stealing, I'm not telling anyone that this is my graph or something. I'm still not this crazy. But yeah, they're making 11 trillion an hour. Their hourly average is 8. Spend most of the time gathering, and as you can see, it's up, 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 up. Their backpack gets filled fast every like 5 minutes-ish, which is what you should be heading towards. You should be filling every 6 to 8 minutes, not more than 10. Okay. Blue boost tokens always up. Focus always up. Reindeer fetch sometimes up, sometimes not. Music always up. Bear almost. Baby love almost. Pop star, yeah, it's just pop star. And yeah, high blessing, maxed out thing for honey per pollen, maxed out bubble float and tide blessing should have this as well. Maxed out nectars, 3 planters as well. And yeah, this is what an amazing graph should look like. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you like this background too. I put it just for this outro. So yeah, I put a lot of time and effort into this video. I hope you enjoy. If you guys want, I will easily do a robo challenge, how to get around 20 and then to 25, and then how to boost, how to do an RBC blessing to increase your balloon blessing. So when you macro, you have more capacity, which means more honey, which means you're richer. So yeah, I could talk about all those things and more if you guys want. And even if this video gets no views, I'll do it because I love it. Anyways, if you watched till this end, I thank you with all my heart and soul. Thank you very much. Peace out. Take care. Have a wonderful day and night. Peace.